Congratulations, having a film at Sundance is prestigious. To be one of the opening night films, I think, is even better. How do you feel about being here in Park City?
Well, it's very exciting. I was here 6 years ago in 2013, where kind of the seed of the film was born, because I saw another film about the Egyptian Revolution, The Square. And felt that our democracy in Brazil was quite solid, and now here we are.
Joanna, how did you become involved with this? Obviously, you've done a lot of work with Orlando von Einsiedel, but you're working with Petra here on this film.
Yeah, I was introduced to Petra about a year and a half ago and saw some of the footage of the film and was just absolutely blown away. The material is beautiful, lyrical, and exquisitely told. So it was a real gift that came my way. We're very excited to screen the film.
And obviously, there's been tremendous upheaval in Brazil and its politics. I can think of another country that we're in at the moment where we're getting a sense of what can happen to an ostensibly solid democracy. How were you able to get the participation of Dilma and Lula da Silva for this film? I mean, I can't imagine that was very easy to get that.
It was a long process to get access, about 8 months until Lula granted us an interview since we first requested, and Dilma about 6 months. But 6 months waiting in Brasilia, texting every day until we finally got an interview with her, and then from that interview gained access to have a few more interviews afterwards.
In the United States, there's not really any tradition at all of a political leader turning around and then trying to prosecute their former opponent. Trump made comments to that effect about Hillary Clinton. He's continued to pressure the FBI to investigate Hillary Clinton and other people, James Comey, and actually the FBI itself. Is there something instructive about what happened to Brazil's leaders? Would you call the kind of legal difficulties that they got into a political prosecution?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think one of the first fundamental structures that guarantees a democracy is that the opponents who lose recognize the victories of the ones who won. And that happened in the United States, which didn't happen in Brazil in 2014, and I think is where our democracy started to erode from there. And the processes of lawfare that have undergone all the leaders, the main characters of the film.
We think the film's enormously important for the global community, not just for Brazil. And I think there are lots of resonant themes that people will understand and make them think about their own countries.
We see the rise of the right in Brazil. We see it in the United States. We see it in Britain, certainly with Brexit, with Nigel Farage as major reason that got through. How important is it, again, following up on what Joanna said, for a world audience to see this and to understand that there's a global nationalist movement going on now that we better pay attention to?
Completely. I think it's a tale of the future, unfortunately. As some say, it's hard to know how long democracy will last, but it's certainly in a midlife crisis that is affecting the whole world.